I'm Mayor Bob Porter. I'm here today with Kent Rose. Kent, the daddy of the Hillbilly arm drop.
I'm the arm drop daddy, brother.
You're the arm drop daddy, and
I'm glad to be shaking and baking with Bob Porter.
All right. Well, you know, you're the face. I know there's a lot of people, a whole lot of people that are involved in this project, and they worked really hard. But you're the face of the Hillbilly arm drop, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it. As I get up there, I've got an arm drop T-shirt on, and I'm gonna turn around and you're looking at Kent Rose.
And we're glad to have your support, Bob. Me and my posse. Bob's a member of my posse.
Now, I see you on Facebook, of course, all the time talking about the arm drop, and I've seen for some time now you've been asking people to join the Arm Drop Nation.
Yeah.
How's that going? Are you getting some hits on that?
Yeah, we're getting stronger every day. Actually, my agent set me up with a you call it a public figure page, and when I checked it this morning, it was right at around 392,000. So
392,000. Yeah. Can we expect all those folks to be here at the next arm drop?
Well, those are just you know, I guess you'd call them just some I don't know, residual byproducts of the Arm Drop Nation, but you know, we're expecting to get over 10,000 people through here in the 2 days.
Wow. Well, let's talk about that for just a second before we go on. That is on May the 10th?
May the 10th and 11th. Yep, we're going to open the gates a little bit earlier this time, and we're going to stay a little bit later. And you know, we just got a lot of other things going on. And
I don't know if we need to even explain what the arm drop is, whether people already know about that. I would think most people do, but it's just drag racing.
Yeah.
Is all it is.
Old school.
Old school drag racing.
Yeah.
You get out. You're the starter. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm the arm drop guy, and I guess kind of like the kind of drag racing you used to do back in the day, Bob.
Well, yeah. I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've done that. I can't even remember how we started.
Yeah, it was about 15 minutes ago. I believe it was, wasn't it, brother?
Yeah. As you know, I guess somebody had kind of challenged me to race Jerry Fannin in the upcoming, Mayor Fannin from Prestonsburg, in the upcoming races, and I was trying my car out up here on the highway a while ago, and I thought it was going to blow up. It started smelling pretty strong. I'm not sure. I may have changed cars. So hopefully that'll work out all right.
I think it's really, really cool, you know, that we've got you know, a mayor from Prestonsburg, Kentucky, and a mayor from Paintsville, Kentucky, and both you guys working together and you know, doing something, you know, for our people and our community. You know, this property is very, very unique because it's jointly owned between Prestonsburg and Paintsville. You know, who would ever dream, you know, that this thing out here would, you know, turn into, you know, what that it is, you know, besides me, well, and you and Jerry.
Well, actually, yeah, somebody had the dream, and I've heard talk about the possibility of having drag racing up here for several years.
Yeah.
But I really never expected it to happen until all of a sudden y'all appeared. Y'all are. When I say y'all, there is a group of people that has formed a nonprofit. Is that correct?
Yeah, we formed a board, and the chairman is Darrell Patton, and the treasurer is Mike Omerod, and then we have some board members. Are the ones you're talking about right there, Bob?
Yeah,
we got Steve Blackburn, who owns the Prestonsburg Honda shop. Got Brian Nelson, that owns Discount Auto Brokers, and he just opened another new lot down here in Johnson County. And then Chip Sayers, he's a chiropractor from up in Prestonsburg. Real dear, long-time friend of mine. These are just, you know, people I grew up with, and you know, had you know, real good, long, strong friendships for years, and you know, who wanted to back and support this thing.
Well, I'll tell you what I really appreciate as Mayor of Paintsville. I appreciate the fact y'all were doing all the work, and we get half the benefit because you do put a lot of work into this thing. You know,
yeah.
I know we being Paintsville Tourism have financially supported your efforts.
Strong, very strong.
And
you all paid your dues in my book, brother.
Well,
if I tell you it's Christmas, you hang your stockings, Bob.
We want to continue to do that because, you know, we start thinking about 10,000 people coming into Paintsville. That's a pretty good crowd.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Second only to Apple Day, I believe, brother.
I'm sure it is.
And Bob, on this thing here that we're doing today, how many people does this go out to, guesstimate?
Well, I'm going to guess about 14,000 homes.
Okay, I'll tell you, this is my first opportunity here, and I'd like to be able to use this time right here to, a lot of people have asked me, they say, you have a race in the spring and you have it in the fall. And I've had different tourism places and different businesses. They've asked me, they said, Kent, how can you justify the, the city's resources from 2 different cities? How do you justify it, to just do this thing for 4 days? First of all, we can do this event in 1 day. And we can do a spring one in 1 day, and we could do the fall one in 1 day. But we ourselves wanted to help promote tourism. And there was no plan or no map, or there's no guide, there's no book that you go by. And so we're just winging it and doing it on our own, just doing what we thought were best. And the guys just got behind me. They made me be event coordinator this year. By doing it 2 days, we know that helps promote tourism because people want to stay all night.
Yeah, the residual benefits sometimes.
That's the word I was looking for.
Are much greater than the direct benefits. And you're exactly right. Everything y'all do promotes business.
Yes, sir.
It promotes interest in our communities.
Yeah.
It promotes tourism. Y'all are looking at 10,000 people coming in. A good portion of those, I'll guarantee you, are from out of town.
Yeah.
Certainly many of the local people participate, but many of them from out of town, and all that goes to make this a great event, and we appreciate that. I want to go back to we were talking about spending money. Y'all have some long-range plans for the airport facility. Well, listen, first of all, you spent some money.
Yeah.
That's been provided by different sources and by the revenue generated by the arm drop. I've had various people come up to me and say, boy, those guys are getting rich. Yeah. Somebody's getting rich off this deal, and here you are supporting it. But that's not the way it's working.
No, that's not the way it works at all. This year, one of the things we did is we bought 100 big wheels, and we have the kids race the big wheels, and we give all those big wheels away. We race them 10 at a time. Every child that comes to the gate gets a Hot Wheels. And it takes a whole lot just to put the show on that itself. And every one of the board members, none of them receive any kind of pay, way, shape, form, or fashion, anything at all. No kind of compensation whatsoever, just besides, knowing that they're helping to build, something here real good for all of our people. And, these barriers down here, and I've lost count of it, but if I'm not mistaken, it's well over $100,000 that is put in the concrete barriers, and they weigh 10,000 pounds apiece. And it took special equipment to be able to lift them and move them and place them. And water has been installed, for the vendors. And it's definitely not a thing about us getting rich off of it at all, brother.
See a lot of gravel, a lot of blacktop.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
a lot of road work taking place.
Yeah, tons and tons, I mean tens and tens of hundreds of tons of gravels have been put down. Then the equipment to spread the gravel and roll the gravel, the fencing, the gates, the lighting, it just, it absorbs a whole lot of it right there. We spend a lot of money on these handbills right here that we put out. And, we pay to get these, I call them movie stars that's coming in here. They TV stars. And, Bobby Brantley from Lizard Lick Towing, Brett Wagner from Pastime, them fellas right there, they ain't cheap. They're mainline hits right now. They're kingpins. We got Bobby Brantley that's really, really good, for the spectators. And then we got Brett Wagner that's really, really good, for the racers and things like that. So we try to do something here to bring these people in, something they've never seen before, never been around, and it's dirt cheap. $10. All kids 12 and under are free. All kids 12 and under are free. There's your a kind of a key or a twist there, or some residual, I don't think it's the right word, but kind of a twist on it that if we was getting rich, we'd be charging everybody to get in here. But all kids 12 and under are free.
Well, and hopefully those kids will get interested in what you're doing and will be participating more.
Got them off the street, brother.
Absolutely.
Got them off the street. I was going to tell you something we do here with the handbills. We go out in the community, and I stamp out 1,000 of these right here. And a lot of kids, we was kind of hitting on that thing about money there, Bob. The kids 12 and under are free, but let's say that the mom and dad, they can't afford to go. So I go out into places, in Prestonsburg and Paintsville that I, just know. I used to be a struggling guy myself, and I know a lot of people are still struggling. And I just, praise God, praise the Lord, I managed to come out of it. And this has helped me a lot right here, and I hope to help someone else with it. And I'll take these passes here, and I'll give them to the parents also. So maybe if the mom and dad, they couldn't afford to bring that child, kids 12 and under, so we kind of got them too. It's not just about money. it's about getting these people, getting them out of the hollers, getting them out of apartments, getting them out of everywhere, and letting them come down here and enjoy something, you know, that, you know, to see, you know, what this right here is all about, you know.
Absolutely. I had heard that you were doing some things also, Kent, to assist maybe the coal miners and
yes,
maybe the active duty or the military personnel,
yes,
and things
sir.
of that nature. What are you doing there?
On the coal miners right there, what we do is any coal miner, you know, there's been so many people here that's lost their job, and I've heard about that plant down there at Louisa, and you know, what I heard on the news there, 250 million tons of coal was not going to be used down there. You know, after 2015, they're going to run a main line down there of like switch it over to natural gas. And I just can't think, you know, people think, you know, 100 men or 200 men might lose their job. It impacts thousands of people here up in the hollers and up here in the mountains. So what I want to do is we always, if the coal miner comes in, he's got his miner's card and he's lost his job, you know, we let him race for free. And you know how that goes, Bob. You look over there and the wife and the kids there, you know, and the kids 12 and under free, and you know.
Give them a little diversion from their worries.
Absolutely, brother. You know, these are troubled mind, brother.
Absolutely, that's a great thing.
You know, we have the veterans, you know, like with the military, and you know, we let them boys come down here and set up there and do their thing, you know, and I respect the military, and you know, we let them soldiers. You know, like to get them right out here on the runway, right here on the starting line, and we kind of let them get out there and say their thing, you know, and tell their piece right there, you know, and we respect them.
That's you know, those are things people don't see, or people generally don't know that those things happen, and I think it's wonderful because you're not only about having fun yourself, you're about helping other people and providing entertainment for a bunch of different groups as well as the general public.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you now, Bob. Listen, I really thank you because, you know, I know this is a real unique deal down here. I want to tell it again about the property being jointly owned. You know, and we was getting this thing going on. They're saying, well, what about Paintsville? What about Paintsville? You know, who's going to talk to them down Paintsville, and what are you going to do about Paintsville? Well, I was ready to talk to Paintsville, and I was glad that, you know, you embraced it. And, you know, listen, that's what it takes. It takes good men. You know, we just can't just, you know, council members and tourism board members and people, you know, coming up to the front and embracing this thing. You know, it's like a light of hair down there. You know, who would ever dream, you know, that she was embracing, you know, she had the biggest smile on her face, you know, when we was down there. And, man, she was all over it. I love that woman. I think it was just absolutely awesome. And, you know, I can bet you $1 she'll be right over there and she'll be right in the mix of it, won't you, Bob?
Yeah, I guarantee she will. Well, we got great people, great volunteers that work on these boards and commissions. And
we sure do, brother. Paintsville's got something super special going on, Bob.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, they really do.
And thinking about, you know, we've got the airport now, and we've got all these barriers down the sides, and we've got all this gravel in. Where are we going with this?
Well,
where's it going to end up?
Well, now, I'll be honest with you, Bob. Don't tell nobody. But I want to see, you know, a full-blown, all-out, you know, motorsports type complex. I want to see some outdoor concerts put on. Actually, I'm working on a deal right now with TranStar Ambulance, and that, you know, Alan Lafferty up there. From TranStar. I mean,
I know Alan.
All I gotta do is mention it to him, Bob. Man, but he's just all over. You know, he just said, "Can't keep it positive, keep on moving on." And you know, he's a good, strong church fella right there. You know, real strong, devout Christian man. And you know, he believes, brother, and he loves things like this right here. I'll tell you something else now, Bob, that we're gonna have to work on. We'll have to get you and the mayors there together. And since it's getting out here to all these people, is we need bleachers, brother. And we gotta have a place for these people here to sit down. You know, on my handbill here, I got Bring Your Lawn Chair. Yeah. And you know, we got to have a place for them people to sit down. And you know, we do have you know, I think we got like 3, you know, kind of small sets of bleachers. But what I wanted to see is I like to see these lumber yard guys get in, and you know, kind of back when you used to see on the basketball places and the baseball fields and things like that. You see when they made them out of wood, and they kind of stain them up. They would have some of them metal guys come in there who could weld and cut real good, like 23 welding down there. We could get some of those men right there working together and have them wood bleachers and have them stained up, and they put their signs on them. I want them signs to be there long after I'm gone. And you know, I think that's the next step. And we got the Job Corps. If I can get them fellas right there to kind of help us some on the wood, we got the Carl D. Perkins Job Corps up there. Carl Wilson is the one. He's like joined in, and we couldn't do these shows without the Job Corps. Yeah. And they got some really good kids and got some good things going on up there. And the Job Corps guys, they said that they'll build the bleachers for us. So you know,
wow.
I mean, you know, there's your labor right there. You know.
Well, now nothing you're talking about bleachers, and I think you talked about lights.
Yeah.
So you could see what's going on out here a little better at night and so forth. But nothing you're doing will interfere with this being an airport.
Oh no, absolutely not. No, that's something there that, you know, we gotta respect these fellas down here, and a lot of them board members right there. It's on that deal. Now, I'm friends with them guys, and you know, I'll be honest with them. They've been pretty daggone cool about it. They're really embracing it there and drinking the Kool-Aid. They really like it now, Bob. They do. I tell you, I see several of them out here. I know, was that Larry Harold there, Wade? It's the Harold guy, man.
John Harold.
John Harold, man. Right there's a good guy right there, and he's all for it. Then Abco Security there, Robert Welch there, you know, he flies, and he's one of my main customers, and you know, he supports it good. And Stanley Haddock's down here on the end. I guarantee he's been swamped with business with people buying hot rod parts, you know. Yeah. And you know, Stanley, you know, he flies helicopters and airplanes.
Now tell me again, on May the 10th, that's Friday.
Yep.
It's about 2.5 weeks away.
Yep.
We're looking at the Hillbilly arm drop, and on Friday, you'll open the gates when?
We're going to open them at 9 o'clock this time, Bob, and just kind of get some music playing, let people get out here. And I got people actually going to come in on Thursday, and you know, since we're low on security, they'll come in and they'll set their campers up, motor homes or whatever. I mean, they bring some big rigs in here, Bob. Yeah. You going to be here this time, Bob?
I'll be here. I'll be here,
brother. We'll be sure glad to have you.
Well, I'm going to have to come because I'm on a race. As far as I know now, if I don't get cold feet.
Now we ain't gonna let you get no cold feet, brother. That ain't gonna happen. We're gonna set a fire under you.
so 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Friday, May the 10th.
Yep.
And you're going to go all day. And why does somebody have to do the race car? I mean, how do you do that?
Just pull her right down here and register, because it's all based on the tars, and you know, it don't make any kind of difference whatsoever. You know, as long as it's got doors on it and it's got tars on it, we got a class for you down here, and you can run it. $35, you get a race for both days. You know, there ain't no kind of deal like that nowhere in the United States I know of that to do anything like that.
So you'll go Monday. What time will the racing start on Friday?
Well, we got the tech starts at 11 o'clock, and then we're trying to give plenty of time people get out and get all their stuff, gear unloaded, and get ready for it. And then test and tune is going to start at 1 o'clock. Now, Bob, when I start that test and tune right there on Friday, it's pretty much non-stop. I mean, we don't do it by classes, you know, and then sometimes we do mix it up and do a little bit of stuff by classes, but it's non-stop entertainment, just wide open as a boot jack. They come in here and they just one right after another. We flag them off and keep the crowd going. It's not, you know, like you're just waiting, you know, to get your class done. It's just one thing right after another. You know, we just keep right on going. And then they kind of tell us they want us to shut down at 10, but we've been knocking on midnight's door there.
Well, I remember that. And you've had a little bad luck in the past with the weather.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's kind of slowed things down, but
yeah, we managed to pull her off. Oh, you know, we pulled the rabbit out of the hat. And got her done.
All right. So on Friday, you're going to run. Get going about 1 o'clock. In actual racing, and till somewhere around 10 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
And then hopefully everybody will go downtown or somewhere and eat. And have a nice evening, and they'll come back Saturday. What time Saturday do you get going?
Well, you know, and we're going to take some breaks there, you know, and we're going to have the good thing that Paintsville Tourism is going to be set up here. And so, you know, another thing we were talking about is for the fall event, we're going to put a map on here. On the back, we have our mission statement right here on the back of our handbill. And, you know, we just want people to, you know, while they're here, be able to come in and, you know, check some of these things out and see what's going on. If they got the literature in there. Hey, I'll tell you something else there that was real super special is driver's bags. Every driver that registered, the first 250 drivers to register, and we had 206 cars last year.
I was going to ask you that.
Started with 7 down there downtown, you know, had 7, and then last year we got 206. We're expecting 250 to 300. But we have Paintsville Tourism was the first one that pulled this off. They done this deal there, and they said they're going to give a driver's shirt. And so they got these real special there. Ronnie right there has got one of them on, the Hillbilly Arm Drop Drag, and it's got like the advertisers on the back. So it's a walking billboard, something super special for the sponsors that, you know, it's another 365-day-a-year thing. You know, these people are wearing these shirts out walking them around. But Paintsville Tourism is the first one that come up with that, and they've continued the tradition that every year there's a, you know, when you come up there and you rest, I mean, Bob, where do you get that at? You know,
I know
a whole bag full
can't
of
get
stuff,
it anywhere.
Man. No, sir. There's no, sir. You know, compliments of Paintsville Tourism, brother. I mean, that's a super special thing. Hey, Bob, I race all over the place. You know, Willard Kinser's took me every kind of where and every kind of a race that you can possibly think of, and you don't get no driver's bag like that right there, brother. I mean, it's a super special thing, man. You know, they got dental floss and nail files and pencils and ink pens and
like you ever
hand
want.
sanitizer. I mean, garbage. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff, man. You know, and maps and you know, memorabilia and all kinds of good things. You know.
So we'd be opening back up at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning?
I'm getting off subject. We're going to do it again on
I'll
Saturday.
Get you back. I'll get you back.
Yeah, on Saturday, though, we're going to open the gates up again at 9. And, you know, now you think about on 9, now Friday, Brett Wagner's going to be here all day, too.
Okay.
Now on Saturday, so you know Brett's going to have been here.
Who is Brett Wagner?
Brett Wagner.
Brett Wagner.
Yeah, well, he does the TV show Pastime. He done 160 episodes there of. It's a drag racing show there. It's on TV on the Speed Channel, and now he's a real popular guy there, you know, in the drag racing community. And you know, we just thought it'd be super special to have Brett here, especially for the drivers and, you know, even the spectators. You know. A lot of people identify there with Brett Wagner. And then now on Saturday, let's get that Saturday thing knocked in there, Bob. Bobby Brantley from Lizard Lick Towing. Now that's a special deal right there, and my agent Wade Smith is the one that's, you know, he's brought that Bobby right there, because, you know, Wade there's been on one of the shows.
Yeah, I know. He's right in tight with the Lizard Lick boys.
Ain't that cool, Bob?
Yeah, it is. That's
great stuff. And got that, what's that David fella up there that done the golf cart thing there? David Morose. Yeah. How you spell that, Wade?
M-R-O-Z.
David M-R-O-Z. Dave, I'm giving you a plug there about your special golf cart there. He done one there for Lizard Lick. They made a repossession like golf cart type deal. And but anyways, you know, them fellas right there is all connected, and so Wade contacted Bobby, and I'll be honest with you, Bob, I got women aggravating me to death calling me, and they're saying, Kent, can you get me hooked up? They want to get right in there and they want to see Bob. I think they're wanting to see him maybe a little private there, Bob. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll not get involved in that.
No. But I think they want to get a private picture signing with him or something there, you know?
Well, Wade's he's the PR man. I guess they have to go through him. I think we're
going to have extra security up here for him to keep the women off of him, Bob. I've warned him.
Well, as long as they're having fun, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. So he's going to be in here on Saturday morning.
Yeah, and Brett will be here as well also. So we're going to have Brett and Bobby right here on this airstrip, right here in the hometown, brother. You know, Prestonsburg and Paintsville property, man. Who's doing that, brother?
The Arm Drop. That's
yes, sir, baby.
The Arm Drop Nation.
There you go. Shake and bake, Bob.
Now, will you get started racing actually about the same time on Saturday?
Yeah, tech's going to start at 9 a.m. because we're going to do a real brief kind of test and tune for the guys, you know, that couldn't make it in. You know, this is good to have all this fun and everything, but at the same time, you know, I got to take care of these racers, because the racers is the show. You know, it's just like having, you know, at the SIP or at the Mountain Art Center, and you pay an entertainer to come in. You know, these race car guys, you know, they are our entertainment.
Right.
And so I got to really take care of those guys. And the ones that couldn't make it in on Friday, I do a real brief test and tune on Saturday morning, you know, for the guys that couldn't make it or got there, and then racing starts again at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you go till...
it's real serious too, Bob.
Somewhere around 10 o'clock that night, right?
Yeah, I'd say we'll probably run to midnight, Bob.
All right, well, don't tell me that.
Yeah. I tell you what I try to do, Bob. I try to, you know, we got a lot of house trailers over here, and we got a lot of homes around, and, you know, we don't, and we're not down here every weekend, you know, raising cane, so they got a lot of peace. And you know, I just ask them, you know, out of the 365 days, give me four of those days.
We've had very few complaints concerning noise or
a whole lot of compliments. I hope.
A whole lot of compliments. Very few complaints.
And think of all those kids over there, and they get to come in for free. I remember our chairman going over there to the fence, and he was reaching Hot Wheels through the fence, you know, to the kids, and he get their parents to come up, and we give them a free pass and get them in too, you know. So
now, if somebody wants to come up here on Friday or Saturday, they'll where will they enter the lot? Will they be able to pull right in and park? And,
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We got the Job Corps gonna have a lot of men up here. We got on-site parking, off-site parking. I'll be honest with you, we've grown so big, Bob, that we've had to put them down here at Porter School. And then we got the lady up here, the priestess. She runs a lower level and like an upper level parking. I think they can hold another 250 cars. I ask everyone to please try to carpool. You know, please try your best to you know, bring those chairs and ride together, and you know, it helps a whole lot if they can do that. Now, and we run shuttles too.
Well, I know the first year we had a lot of somebody had some issue with people parking along the roadway, which was kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
And so we tried to eliminate that.
You did, and it worked great. What is that policeman's name from down there in Paintsville?
Steve Sluss.
Let me tell you something, brother. That man done an awesome job, because you can look at the aerial pictures from the first time to the aerial pictures now, and everything is just so placed. It kind of, you know, in a sense, it looked like we didn't have as much, but we have more. It was just organized, and it got them all off the road. You know, I'd like to talk to that guy right there. I've never personally thinking myself, he done a great job.
He'll be here, and he'll be by to see you. We'll send him your way. Now, both days of the event, we'll be having traffic. We'll be able to handle just about as many cars as we can get to come out. On the Paintsville end of the lot is where we'll enter first, right?
Yeah, especially Friday.
And we'll be able to park, gosh, how many cars up there?
I think that all together here, I think we can handle somewhere around 600 cars to take in this first parking area right here.
All right. Y'all have put down a lot of gravel.
Yeah.
And also, when that lot fills up, there's another lot on the Prestonsburg end of the airport.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
There'll be somebody there to direct people where to go.
Yes, sir.
Won't have any problems. And you mentioned shuttles.
Yeah.
We're not going to ask anybody to walk 2 or 3 miles.
No. Oh, no. Yeah, I think that shuttle, I think it makes its rounds sometimes about every 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most. And, you know, especially since Steve done that job on the road. And I think we can handle another 250 on this side, on the Prestonsburg end. And also, you know, right straight across from there, the Priestess have got another 250. And I tell you, Bob, I've been actually talking to some of the people at Capital Tire, another good, you know, Johnson County name there, a long time business, that there's a lot of parking right down there. And I'd say that would be about a 30-minute round trip on a shuttle. You know, we've also had Porter School, you know, which is up on that end. So, you know, if y'all can get here, we're going to get you parked.
We'll get them parked, and we'll get them transported to the races.
Yeah, you know, we just keep on running those shuttles. I think we had 2 or 3, I think, running when we was running, you know, full steam right there. And, you know, a lot of people, what happens is a lot of people come in, and they'll stay, you know, for part of it. And a lot of people come from other parts of it. And, you know, on Saturday, we're going to be giving away 2 Honda 50s. And, you know, we just got a lot of different things going on, and, you know, people want to come here, you know, for different parts of it. And one of the best things they can do is get on Facebook at this www.facebook.com/arm-drop guy, and that's our event page. And we have all kinds of information. Anything that you would need to know is right there on that page. And I want to also mention that, you know, this is the Pop Chevrolet Hillbilly Arm Drop Drags. And I also like to mention that just as of yesterday, I think it's absolutely wonderful, is Hunt Chevrolet just came on board. How about a shake and bake for Hunt Chevrolet, baby? That's what I'm talking about right there. More Paintsville businesses stepping up to the plate and joining in. You know, we're quelling all this stuff, Bob, you know, coming together. It's a time, you know, everybody needs to come together. You know, people are struggling, having a hard time up here in Eastern Kentucky, and the best thing we can do is team together.
Well, the issues and problems that we've got with traffic and that sort of thing kind of reminds me of the Kentucky Speedway.
Yeah, man.
They had all kinds of problems, and it took them all sorts of money to get out of it. But we're going to take care of it overnight.
Yeah.
If there, I mean, you know, when whatever problems arise, we'll get the people taken care of. That's our main focus.
Yes, sir.
All right, come on out. May the 10th
and 11th.
And 11th, Friday and Saturday. Be here both days. Bring your car and race it.
Hey, I'll tell you something else. I'm going to interrupt you one time again. Again, I'm good at doing that because you'll get in trouble. Right. You'll be glad I told you this one. Now, is it the week before or the week after? Now, you better answer this right on the spot. Look right at the camera. When's Spring Fling, Bob?
The next week will be Spring Fling.
The week after this?
The week after
All right.
this.
And I've been invited to be the Grand Marshal of the Spring Fling, and also with Casey
The Arm Drop
Jones.
Daddy is going to be the Grand Marshal of the Spring Fling.
Hey, Bob, I'm going to race big wheels right down your main street down there, brother.
That's great. Ken, I've enjoyed it.
Me too, Bob. It's what I like, brother.
We'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, man, sounds good. Shake and bake, brother. Shake and bake for the Arm Drop Nation, Prestonsburg and Paintsville, Kentucky.
Yes, sir. Everybody be here.
Shake and bake, guys.
Gonna save all my money